I'm Lin.
And I'm Leo. Welcome back to our channel and our 30 days of yoga.
Yes.
Hopefully you've got up and gone through this 30 days because we're coming towards the end.
We are, and I'm losing track of which day it is now. So quick look, it's 26. Day 26, and of course if you are new to yoga and you've just joined us for today, then do have a look at the other videos on our channel, and of course if you do like our videos, please do either like or subscribe.
Or both. You can
Yes,
do both.
You can. Alright, starting with Adho Mukha Virasana.
Oh, before we start, just a reminder, you'll need either a bolster or a pillow. It's not obligatory for this, you might be fine without. And a blanket. Again, it's not obligatory, but you may find that it will be helpful.
Okay, so starting for Adho Mukha Virasana, so sitting back onto your heels, lift up through the centre of the body. We're just starting the practice, so reaching through the body into Adho Mukha Virasana. You can see here Leo's having a lovely time extending through the arms and just being in touch with that breath. So once you start to extend the diaphragm in these poses, then you do start to become more aware of your breath. So be sure that you're breathing through the nostrils, hopefully that's possible, and you're extending back into the back body. So what I mean by that is that grounded action, we spoke about it many times, is that those buttocks need to be reaching towards your heels and the abdomen needs to be lifting up. So be in that position just for a few moments, just getting into the zone and observing the extension. And as most of you know from here, we come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, so lifting up into your dog pose now. Good. So challenge yourself today, reach the energy all the way through from the palms, all the way through the body towards the back waist, towards the pelvis and the buttocks. I always say to students that you need to create that lift through the buttock bones so that you get the height and the space for the abdomen to draw towards your waist. It's such an important action in this pose. Once you create that space, then you're able to move and reach those legs towards the back of the mat. Very strong action. The backs of the knees particularly need to be nice and broad and open. Extend into the back calves and reach those heels towards the back end of the mat. So the sole of the foot is extending too. We come for Urdhva Mukha Svanasana now. Look forward, extend the body into your back bending action. So keeping those legs absolutely straight. So most of you will be familiar and getting a little bit stronger in this action. You can see here Leo's come on to the tops of the feet. This may be a little bit more difficult for some of you and you may need to stay on those toe pads. Otherwise, extend. We have to see in this pose that the length comes throughout the front body, and to do this you have to really ground into those palms and lift out of your pelvis so much that you feel the extension through the front body. Do not ignore your back body. See that the tailbone reaches towards the back legs, and the legs are absolutely straight and strong. Coming back into Adho Mukha Svanasana now. So this time when we come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, we're familiar, but it's just a pose to transport you into the next action, which is going to be Uttanasana. So step or jump those feet towards the hands, Uttanasana. Concave back now. I want to see this, that you are extending the shoulder blades towards the back waist. So if this is not possible, then you have to be really honest with yourself and your practice and make sure that you create that action. And as you can see, Leo here is putting the hands a little bit higher. If you've got some yoga equipment, some bricks, blocks, put your fingers onto them. Very important that we actually work towards the poses and unfold the body gradually. Our bodies are not always so responsive, and we have to work gradually into the poses. And you can see here Leo's got her hands on her shins. That's for those of you who haven't got any yoga equipment. You see that you also, it's a good place to put your hands because you can push your thighs back very strongly. And you can see she gets this action. We're coming into and introducing one of the back bends today, which is called Ustrasana. You're going to need to have this action in your back, so be mindful that you are creating it at this point. Okay, so taking the hands underneath the shoulders, we're going to come out of the Uttanasana. So if you've been enjoying yourself and your head's down, then just look forward, put your hands onto your pelvis and come up. Good. Stand in Tadasana. Roll your shoulders back and down and just take those few breaths to absorb and digest your practice so far. So that little warm-up, as I've said before many times, you can practice these poses several times. You can do several routines several times. The Adho Mukha Virasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Uttanasana. So those poses can be repeated so that you can really get some mobility into the body. So we're coming down onto the mat now for Paragasana. So this is a kneeling position. Those of you who find kneeling very difficult, you can kneel onto a blanket. That's quite useful. Leo's going to fold the mat up, but if you do find it's quite challenging, you might need a couple of blankets, one for underneath the shins and one for the foot. So being in your kneeling position and kneel up. Firstly, we're going to come into a preparational stage of the pose. So we're going to take the right leg out to the side and just come into this angle. And this front arm, use in front of the thigh so that you can push that thigh back slightly and get the action and alignment of that outer hip. The outer hip needs to move in and the frontal thigh needs to move back so you get that connection. Once you've connected with that action, then you take the foot either flat. Some people will be able to take the foot completely flat to the floor, and that's absolutely fine. But if you feel that you're struggling with that action, then place the ball of the foot onto a blanket or a foam block. Reach the arms out to the side, lift through the front body, remember those actions, and remember as you go over into this pose, you keep that outer hip connected, keep that outer hip connected. Take a nice deep breath in and come over, catching the outer leg and extending the top arm up as if you would in Trikonasana. Then rotating this arm and extending as if you were in Paragasana, be in this position. This is not the classic action, this is preparational stage. So we're only taking it to this stage today. Be in this position for a few moments, being sure that this grounded leg is supporting you. See that that inner thigh, that back left inner thigh moves deeply towards the bone side. Okay, press into the shin, back shin, and take a breath in and come in. Turning the feet to face forward. So I'm just going to move Leo's equipment. When you're at home, you can just turn around, but actually I'm sure you want to see the front of Leo, so that she's just going to move herself to this side.
I'm not so sure about that. But okay.
All right, kneeling up, pressing down with your shins, rolling your shoulders back and down, lifting the sternum, chest. And then taking your left foot out to the side. And remember that adjustment we made with that wrist against the frontal thigh. And remember that outer hip needs to move in nicely and lifting through the front body. Then see if you can take the foot so that the leg becomes straight. If you can take the foot to the floor, this is great. If you need to have a little bit of support for your foot, then you can use a book, a foam block, a blanket, cushion, whatever you have handy. Extend the arms out, reaching into those fingers, make a difference, broaden the muscle fibre, but not only broadening across the collarbones, but also getting that length in those upper arms. Remember the upper arms get really heavy as you reach into them. Reach all the way through towards the fingertips and extend over into Paragasana, taking your left hand to your left shin, extending up. Trikonasana, Paragasana, extending over. So be sure that you're reaching down with that base, with the shin bone of your right leg, and that right inner thigh needs to move deeply towards the bone side. So keep that action. Lift through the front body, lift through the side waist, and breathe. Don't forget to breathe in this pose. Take a breath in and then slowly coming up and out of the action. Bring the legs together. Okay, so we're going to be coming for Ustrasana now. And for complete beginners and beginners, this is always a challenging action. So we're going to show you a way today how you can actually modify the action and come into a slightly simpler form. So Leo's going to demonstrate the full action. So this is when you really could do with folding your mat in four. If you've got one of those really thick mats, they don't actually fold at all. So you might need to have a blanket or invest in a thinner mat to go on top, one or the other.
Sometimes if you're working onto a carpet, it's not such a big problem, but yeah, if your knees are uncomfortable, fold your mat.
Yes, so you can see here that the most important thing when you kneel up is that you ground down with your shins and the tops of the feet. Now don't worry if your feet going to cramp or your calves going to cramp, that's very normal at the very beginning. You just have to shake them out and start again. Lift up through the front thighs, the action comes here, but this is lengthening, and you've got to see that you get the action and broadness across the sacrum. So actually you can put your thumbs onto the sacrum and make sure that you get that action. So the length between the back pelvis and your back ribs has got to be really long. And just work at that stage for a few moments, keeping the head forward. It's always challenging to take that hip back to start with. So once you get that lift in your upper body, in that chest, through the thighs, everything lifting, rolling the shoulders back and down, and then you can just hang the head. Now from there, you keep that action, broadness in your back body. Go and imagine that you are broadening across that sacral area. The middle buttock needs to move into the bone side. Then see if you can take your hands down. So it's very, very challenging for complete beginner. So if that's difficult, then we would suggest taking your hands onto a support. You can also have a chair behind you and practice this lift of the chest before you go back. If you do feel that the back is absolutely compressed, then you need to do more standing poses, more lateral poses, so that you get a little bit more mobility in those areas. But otherwise you can modify like this if you have a yoga bolster. Don't have anything too soft though, because otherwise you'll go straight through it with your hands. You need to have either a bolster or put your hands onto a chair behind you. That's ideal. And when you're in the pose, don't just rush to get out of it. Breathe, be aware of the breath, the soft inhalation and exhalation, and also be aware of those lower back ribs need to lift all the way up towards the next side. So soft inhalation and exhalation. So when you come out of the pose, still keep that lift in the abdomen, put your hands onto the back of the pelvis and come up. And then, just kneeling for a moment, we're going to come into a pose again, Adho Mukha Virasana, which is how we started the practice. So you're just going to come forward and release forward. I'm just going to put actually a bolster for Leo's forehead. Now this is optional. You can put this, you can put a cushion here, a yoga brick, foam block, or blanket. But it's just a really nice soft way to soften the forehead and therefore create a softness within the body. When you're in this pose, just be aware of your breath and just let the back unfold. So it's a soft forward action. We never recommend to go into any forceful or extreme forward bends after the back bend in practice, particularly if you're a complete beginner or beginner. Just see that you reach the back spine towards your heels. And you can can stay in this position for several moments, several minutes, up to you. But we are coming to the end of our sequencing now, so we're coming into Ustrasana action. And again, remember when you come in for your Sukhasana or Shavasana, then just take a few moments to let the body adjust and to become aware of the internal actions of the breath. Close your eyes, soften your facial features. And you can be in this pose for as long as you wish to. Soft inhalation and exhalation. So stay observing, stay breathing. We're finishing our sequencing now. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.